What is up, FBA Esports? This video is about your next steps for your wiki, your game wiki. And basically what we're going to do is we are going to take the teach me how to play content that you've created and the game wiki that you've put together and bring it all into one place, and then we are going to start adding to it. And really what we want to do is we want to refine our process. We want the game wiki to be there as a resource for new gamers or for people exploring how to get better. So let's jump right into it. This is a game wiki that I threw together really quickly, and it is centered around or focuses on 2 video games right now. And there are a lot of things that I would like to say about it that are good, bad, and ugly. So let's get right into it. And this will be a little rundown for you and help you kind of frame what you need to be doing in your game wiki. First thing, on the homepage, the FVA Esports, so like this cover photo, although it might look cool, it's cut off. It cuts off my little logo emblem thing up here at the top. Definitely something that needs to be fixed. A little bit of feedback from myself. The banner looks a little goofy, Graphs Video Game Wiki, but it gets the point across. Is pretty effective. These are the 2 games that I'm focusing on for this wiki or for this example. I've got Rocket League and I've got No Man's Sky, one being a space exploration game and then the other being car soccer. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with both of them as we have talked about them before. The reason I have No Man's Sky is because I think it's a really good example of a game that requires a lot of knowledge in order to play it well. You need to know a lot of things to be able to play it well. Whereas Rocket League, you need to be able to do a lot of things to play it well. So the way that a No Man's Sky wiki page should be shaped versus the way that a Rocket League wiki page should be shaped is very different. And I tried to illustrate that here. Now, these are the first versions. These are like the first steps. And so your first steps should take your game and build it out like this. Okay. So what you're going to do is for this first assignment, you're going to focus on the format. Okay. So the format here is obviously, I've got a No Man's Sky graphic up here. It is branded, right? Like adding my brand to it. So you should be adding your brand to your imagery. Although this is not my image, it is from Hello Games, the game maker, so I'm not taking it from anybody. If I did take this image from some person, another user, I should probably give them credit. But if it's from the game studio, like whatever, who cares? Throw my brand on it so that everyone who's looking at my game wiki remembers who and what, why, that sort of thing. Then I have kind of an eye-catchy GIF here that's just announcing that everyone is welcome, that this wiki is a place to learn. And then I do the simple definition thing where it's, simply what is No Man's Sky. This is a Canva graphic with the text color matching the background color of the image and a couple little blurbs about it. Now, this is one thing that I'm looking for. You need an introduction. You need some sort of on your wiki, on the landing page for the material and content. You need some sort of context that people see when they land on it. So you need to make sure that you have some sort of introduction to your wiki. And then you need to break it up into sections. So you see how I have this dark background and then the universe starts here in red. And then I have a bunch of little tiles. Now, I haven't done the images for the tiles. And what I'm trying to illustrate to you is that it's okay to not have everything finished, but everything is laid out and formatted the way that I want it to be in the end. So these little tiles will get images, and so it's talking about, let me zoom in a little bit. It's talking about the galaxies and star systems and planets and space stations, flora, fauna, resources, sentinels. So as far as the universe goes, I think as a gamer, these are the things that should be emphasized or should be focused on for a first level gamer. Then it goes into technology, the top three being the exosuit, multi-tool, and base building. So, showing and illustrating these. And then crafting starships, exocraft, and freighters kind of being secondary types of technology. Like, I feel like mastering your exosuit, mastering your multi-tool, and mastering base building is more important, or should be done before you go into crafting and starships and exocraft and freighters. Not that these aren't important, but that these should be done first. So that is a formatting cue by making them bigger, by having bigger, larger text as an intro to it or as a label for it. That communicates to your viewer that this is more important. And then I have a section of additional features. Okay, so your formatting should look something like this. Now, what I will say is, again, No Man's Sky is very much information based. So people need to know what these things are and have a basic understanding of it in order to navigate the game. Now, I am going to include some tutorial videos that will go with these, and at the end of this video, I'll show you how I'm going to link those things. So, like, let's say you're looking at the exosuit, and I've got a little infographic here, and you want to learn more. There'll be a button. We'll add a button down here that you can click, and then it'll navigate you to an exosuit page. So compartmentalizing all of that information so that your users can consume just the piece of information that they want and not get overwhelmed by a page that has like 400 videos on it. All right, now let's take a look at the Rocket League one. Rocket League being more about being able to do things performance-based versus like knowledge-based. And so here I've got, the Rocket League label. Again, I've got a graphic with my branding and then, the Rocket League brand there. Beginner's guide, used a little bit of different labeling system here. So I'm going to add, for the beginner's guide, I want to talk about settings, training and tutorials, the ones that are built into the game, vehicles and hitboxes. I think it's really important to go ahead and define that in the very beginning when somebody's learning or starting out. And then mechanics. So some of the basic mechanics that need to be understood: rolling, jumping, and boost. Like, those probably would be the three that I would cover here, just to really get a beginner from entry level to, ready to compete in competitive. And then I didn't take the time to make videos because there's already master content creators out there. And so this is one thing that I want you to focus on. We do Teach Me How to Play assignments. So you guys make videos, you make content for your wiki, right? And I want you to use that content. But what I wanted to show you here is I think Waiton's a really good player. I think he's a good coach. I think he makes good videos. They're very engaging. And I think he was very clear and concise about the skills that are needed and how to achieve those skills. Although he's not showing controller inputs, it's still, I think, it's good stuff. So here's some do's and don'ts from Waiton. 61 tips to get started. Again, this wiki's focused mostly on beginners. Don't make these mistakes. So a real quick, I think this one's a little bit longer, 20-minute video. This one's a little shorter. This one's like 8 minutes. So talking about kickoffs. And again, for a beginner, let's give them a bunch of tips that they can work on. Let's tell them what they need to avoid doing, like don't do these things. And then addressing probably the biggest mistake or biggest problem new Rocket Leaguers have is kickoffs. And so coaching gamers through kickoffs, coaching Rocket Leaguers through how to do kickoffs properly, even if they can't achieve it right away, they know that there is a proper way to do them, and there's potentially an improper way or bad ways to do it. So setting that knowledge and setting that precedence. So this is the format of more of a skill-based game. So providing the videos to help develop those skills, as opposed to No Man's Sky showing providing the information needed in an order that makes sense and emphasizing things that are more important in the beginning than some of the other stuff. Okay, so again, I want you to work on your format and start refining the process. And I want to show you really quick. So let me exit out of that. Really quickly, I want to show you how to format this. And so I'm actually going to go to switch pages. I'm going to go to Rocket League. And then I'm going to go back to insert here. And so what I want to do is I want to add the text here. So I want to add something about settings. And I think it's going to come from here. So how do we do that? I recommend selecting a box near where you want to be and then hit text box. Okay, so it brings in this wide text box. Well, I don't want that. I want it to be stuck here onto settings. So right in the middle here, there's like a little like textured button, and then you get the arrow, 4-way arrows. So go there, click this, and drag, and you see how it highlights different things. Drag it until it highlights on the bottom of that box like that. And now I have a box here where I can talk about where to find and adjust settings. Now, settings are pretty subjective, but there are a lot of things that are agreed upon in Rocket League that are a best case for settings. And so you can present it that way. Talk about, hey, these are how the pros do their settings, and let's show you how, right? Okay, so you don't want to put the video right here for show me how. Instead, you want to create a page. So I'm going to go to Rocket League, go to pages, go to Rocket League. I'm going to click the little drop down here, and I'm going to add a sub page, and I'm going to call it settings, and then click done. And now I have a settings page under Rocket League. Okay. Go back to the Rocket League page, and now we're going to connect these two with a button. And this is the last piece of format that I'm going to check for in this stage of the wiki. So we need to insert, and we need to insert a button. Learn about settings. Let's just do that. So giving it a title, learn about settings. And then when you click the link, it gives you the option of selecting which page you want the button to link to. So we want it to go to settings. I'm going to click insert. Now, if you notice, it's just floating here in its own little pane. We want to do the same thing again. So make sure you have the 4 arrows, 4-way arrow. Click and drag, and then snap it to the bottom of settings. Now learn about settings. So let's go to view. And it is like glitching out. That's really good. Let me hit reload. Sorry about that. And of course it's telling me I need access because it thinks I'm a different user. That's not true. All right, let's jump over into the preview window. There we go. And we are on our Rocket League page. Notice now there's a drop down here on the navigator to see settings, but we can also get to it by visiting the wiki. And then here's the description we just added, and here's the learn about settings button. This is where you would put the video, okay? Keeping this page really clean, and or at least keeping this beginner's guide really clean, and then letting your users choose where they want to go. What videos do they want to view, that sort of thing. So that is it for this video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you refine your wikis and add to them and create more content for it. So make sure you are posting that link in the Discord, and we will be working on this some more very soon. Until the next one, this is Coach Kraft saying, stay positive out there, gamers.